guess.
You said it was so funny because you were saying something and I was about to say, yeah, that's my favorite saying. You know, you know, you know that.
You should have said that.
Well, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it next. If we're not recording right now, I'll say it again.
Bro, I could have put that as like LeBron meme in there. Like that's my favorite saying.
Like, that's my favorite saying. I love that. I love.
Yo, welcome my boy Brandon, BRENDAN.
Yes.
Not Brandon.
Not Brandon.
Brendan Kelly to the building. Clap it up.
Thank you.
This is crazy, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
It's been
in the
not
works.
a minute. It's been 2 minutes since I've seen you.
been
a
2
year and a half.
A year and about a year and a half. The last time I saw you was
year and 3 months.
last Thanksgiving-ish. Not this Thanksgiving, but the one before that.
So a year and like 2 months.
Which is really insane when you think about it, because like I always think that whenever I at least for the Portchester group, our group of friends, like whenever I just come back, like we just pick up where we left off, so it doesn't feel that long.
And like, I honestly feel like it doesn't feel like a year.
It doesn't. No,
bro,
that's the crazy thing about it.
Bro, time flies, man, and like we don't even know what's happening, honestly.
We don't.
So it's kind of like a year feels crazy. Even bro, Leslie, I'm like, yo, like it's been a year. Like, yeah, I'm like,
yeah, well,
how?
we
we
have like the thing about it is like us as a group, we have this conversation
all the time,
a lot. Like we've had it for the past like 4 years or 3 years now, where it's like it's been a year, it's been this long, and it's like yeah,
crazy,
unfortunately it's been this long, but you know, we're all still friends no matter what.
Yeah, so I do want to have at some point have the whole Akatsuki.
I would love that, to be honest with you.
Fire.
It's gonna be.
We'll be sitting on the floor. Someone's on the floor chilling.
I don't think it's gonna. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll sit on the floor, but I don't think it's gonna be difficult. I think if we want the whole Akatsuki, it's gonna be difficult. That's the one thing about it.
How many is there?
Huh?
Oh, I forgot about Keem.
Not even just Keem,
Keem,
like,
Diana,
and Felipe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trying to get.
You know, guys. If you find Felipe before we do, please let us know, because we can't find him.
Where's Waldo? Where's Felipe?
Felipe.
Can't find him. Can't find him.
It's insane.
Doesn't he working right now?
I have no idea what he does.
He does
Felipe is.
Oh my gosh! No one knows where
Felipe.
he's
At this point, Felipe is the One Piece.
Yo,
we don't know what he is. We don't know what he is. We haven't found him yet.
Oh my god!
And it's been a while.
That's golden. That's golden, bro. Oh, man, this is wild.
It's funny.
So, how have you been?
You know, I appreciate you asking that. You know, I've been actually really, really good so far. You
look good, even though you posted.
Hey,
good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate. What
about
you?
No, I mean outside, but also like you look like good. Like this is for like, people, you know, who like people. You're out, you're traveling.
Yes,
Japan.
I am.
I felt very jealous.
No, don't feel jealous. Well, listen, man. I always tell people, like, if you're gonna do something, obviously I have to, you know, dip into my savings a little bit for when I have to do something.
For sure, yeah, you got to. Yeah.
When I gotta do something, but like, you know, it was always like I always felt like I always wanted to go to Japan for like the longest time.
Yeah.
And like I understand, like, no, like I'm not getting any younger, obviously, and like as I get into like closer to my 30s, it's like I'm like, yeah, I know, right? But I'm not there yet. I'm 27 right now, but it's like, you know, I always wanted to do it, and like if I don't do it at least right now, like when am I ever gonna get the chance again? I'm already planning on going back like in like 2025, but like once I like had that mentality where I was like, you know what, like it's gonna cost me a little bit more, and you know, maybe I won't go outside for like a couple of days when I don't have to, and I, you know, budget it to make sure everything's okay. But at the end of the day, it was just an amazing experience that I tell everyone, like, if you ever, like, not even just going to Japan, just like going somewhere, like if you always wanted to go somewhere, like give it your all. Like, please, like there are people who just say they want to go somewhere and they just don't act on it. Like as soon as like you start like feeling that you want to go somewhere and like acting on it, oh my gosh, like you'll have a lot of fun just planning around it, to be honest.
I think so. My goal was always to go to Japan. I was gonna go actually 2021.
When I remember we talked about it.
When I had money, when I had things, I had money when I had the savings.
Yeah, you had like a
lot of money into all this now, so it's definitely been dipped.
Which is definitely worth it
for sure. Yeah, this is. So one day, bro, I want to hopefully one day I can say that I'm just creating content. That's like my job and doing ministry at churches. That's what I want to do. I mean, obviously, I love my career. It's great and all, and I probably always do that in some way.
A hobby's a hobby, man. Hobby's a hobby.
This is like, this is like, I just love creating. I love creating. I love the process of it. So hopefully one day I can say it's just this. And but it takes years.
Yeah, listen, man, and like in terms of money wise, like people understand something, like if you like something that you really want to do, like even though like obviously money is an object, and but people have to, make sure they're safe, but like it's worth it. Like if you want to do something like that, money that like because if you need to spend that money on something just and you want to get started, like it's just as soon as you start, it keeps on picking up after that. Like save, plan, go for it like that. And like now look at you here, like you guys can't see if you're watching on Instagram or YouTube, but I'm like, I walked in here, I was like, this is a nice studio he's got right here. I'm not gonna lie, like
I'm trying. But so you're doing good, obviously.
Yes.
Work. So I've not been like, because before you were doing
no one knows what I do,
bro, like,
no one knows what I do,
like because the plane job was lit. Right,
I still have. Well, it's not a playing job.
This man, I mean, racking.
Let's see.
Back in the day, I'm like, like this. What
do I do? It's like, what's he doing?
So that I know that job is not. That's not at Blade. That's done.
No, I'm still at Blade. So this is what happened.
Okay. Tell me what happened.
Here's what happened. So basically, like, obviously I had the job back in like 2018, I think is when I first got it as an intern. And I worked my way up until getting, an actual like full-time job there. I stayed there for a while, and everything was like picking up. Obviously COVID happened, and like when you work in like the transportation industry, you always need, someone. So we had to obviously, people, there were budget cuts and everything. I don't know everything behind it, but I had to, I wasn't able to stay there at some point, but then I got called back, got my job back, and I worked my way back up again, and now I'm still there. And I love my job. I always believe, it's obviously not everyone's like, oh, like they don't want to have a job, but like I need a job. Like I need a job.
Jobs are good.
Not even just money wise. Like even if
structure,
like it's like it's like scheduling. Just like it takes up the time that I need, and then when I'm not doing it, I focus on whatever I need to do outside of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I am right now. And
so still at Blade.
Where
were you? So in between the not at Blade process, like where were you at?
It was nowhere. So basically, it was a year apart. So basically, when I got, because I was, I think I was furloughed first, and then I was let go, and then I got brought back like around. So I think the pandemic happened in 2020 March around there, and then I got my job back like 2021 March. So. And then I worked. Then I started going from there, and that's how it happened. So yeah, everyone always like, oh, like what do you do? Is like, listen, whatever you think I do is probably not what I do.
Yeah,
but it's like what I do. That is the industry that I work in. Like it's like more aviation transportation.
Okay, dope. Obviously, so would you call it like your career?
I would say.
I'm not sure what'd you go for school for? Can you John Jay?
Yes, I went to John Jay College, and my major was fire and emergency services.
Okay.
I wanted to become a firefighter in the FDNY. That was it's been my goal. It's been my goal for a while. It's been my goal for a while. I only have, because I took the tests pre-COVID. I got a 94 on it. But you need
Clap it up.
Whoa!
Clap it up.
Hold on a second. Okay, wait. Okay. You need 100.
What?
You need a. So basically,
you can't get a question wrong.
No, here it is. This is the thing about it. So if you live in the 5 boroughs, you get 5 extra points. That's how it is. But anyone in like Long Island, Westchester, upstate, like Putnam, upstate, and stuff like that, you can take it. Like all that upstate, kind of stuff. Yeah, upstate. If you want, but yeah, you don't get points in Westchester, Long Island, and you get points upstate. You can only get points if you're in the city. So 5 extra points comes a long way. So if I did live in the city at that point and got those 5 extra points, there is a chance that I probably would be a firefighter right now, but it just didn't happen that way, obviously. So you get extra points based off of like different things. Like if you're in the military, you get like 5 extra points. So like, there's a lot of different things or scenarios like where you can get extra points. Like the highest you can get on the test is 115.
Yeah.
And I didn't. So I only have. And the thing about it is like the test is supposed to happen every 4 years.
Yeah.
And you can't
I remember all this. Yeah, yes. I remember this.
You can't take the test usually comes every 4 years, but obviously something happened between 2017 and 2020, which was called COVID, and it messed up everything. Everything was. I don't know. Obviously, the politics behind it or whatever happened with that, but the test hasn't come out since. It's been 7 years now, and I thought I was gonna have at least 3 times where I was gonna be able to take it because I took it when I was 21. I thought I was gonna be able to take it when I was 25, and I thought I was gonna be able to take it when I was 29.
Mm.
So now that I'm 27, the test is coming up in this September, I think is when it's coming up. So this
year.
You can only, the last time you're able to take the test is before your 29th birthday. You have to sign up before your 29th birthday. Once that happens, you can't take the test anymore. So I know this is my last time. So I'm making sure that I get 100, I pass, and I would hopefully be I will be on the FDNY. I will be on the FDNY.
So that's
gotta have positivity.
So that's still your like.
That's still my goal. That's still my goal. I plan on where my current job. I'd like to keep it in my 20s, like throughout my 20s. Whatever happens after my 20s, I'll reassess myself, because it is a really good job. I do appreciate everyone there, and I like everyone. And I like the schedule that I have, so I'm gonna keep it in my 20s. I've been very verbal about that though. But
and you would do in your 20s, you would do firefighting and blade.
So
is that possible?
No, I don't think it's gonna be possible, because when you get called up for the FDNY, like they do it through like a period of like 4 years. So that's like if getting 100 on that test means like it's probably towards like the later end. So like I probably wouldn't be called up until like 3 years after I took the test. So I would probably be around like 31 for when they would probably get called.
Oh, so you pass and then you don't do anything.
So you pass. You would take the mental test and a physical test. Mm-hmm. And then once you pass those, you go to the academy, the fire academy, and then that's 6 months, and then you'd be brought on, and then that's how it goes though. That's how I don't know all the information on, because I haven't done it yet, but this is from the information that I have on everything. That's usually how it goes at that point. So it's the same thing as like applying for being a police officer or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Like you have to take a mental test where it's like you have to answer a bunch of questions. I think. Physical test where you have to make sure that you're able to do it, and then you have to go to the academy and pass the academy, and then you would get brought on to the whichever fire station you go to.
Whew. Okay, so
it's a lot of stuff, yeah.
No, it's a lot, but it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Where are you now living? You're in Brooklyn.
I live in Brooklyn now. I was living in Flatbush, Brooklyn I was living there since November 2020. Mm-hmm. That's when I first moved out. And now I recently moved 2 months ago to Bushwick. I live in Bushwick now.
Yo, Bushwick, Queens.
No, Bushwick, Queens. Guys, but there is no Bushwick in Queens. There's a Bushwick in Brooklyn. There is no Bushwick in Queens.
So maybe because Saints is so close to Bushwick.
Is it in Ridgewood? Maybe?
Bushwick Diner? You know where the Bushwick Diner is on the corner?
I'd have to see what like
Bushwick Diner.
We'll probably
Saints Church is like literally right near. It's really on Myrtle Avenue.
I live on Bushwick Avenue.
Bro, it's close.
I know where Myrtle. I know where Myrtle is.
Yes,
Myrtle's
Diner.
Myrtle's a stop away from me. One stop away from me.
Yeah, so maybe I know that. Yeah, no, yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. So we're close. You should come.
Bro,
on Friday.
I didn't know it was that close, to be honest with you.
Wait, so you work Friday nights? You do work Friday nights?
No, I don't. I work. I get out of work at 6.
Found out my boy don't work Friday nights. Yo, bro, if you're free,
are you always there on Fridays?
Bro, yeah, I serve on Fridays. Every Friday at Misfit. I'm serving this Friday. I'm singing worship this Friday.
You know, if I can, what time?
It says 8:00.
8:00?
Yeah.
If I could pull up, I'll pull up.
Pull up, man. It's every Friday. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not this Friday, anytime you want to come.
Definitely, bro. Listen,
8 p.m.
You can come over to my place, man. You can see what I got. Because I got 2 new roommates now. Like I had my friends from college that I was living with at Flatbush, and now. Well, no, those are my friends in Flatbush. I went to college with them. Yeah. And now I have 2 new roommates that I know. Well, I know one of them through my sister. Mm-hmm. He went to Iona. So, and they're they're really cool. I really enjoy them as roommates right now. We're very very tight knit group right now.
That's
so
dope.
Everything's going. We got a cat.
Nice.
We got a cat. We named it Arthur.
It's
orange cat. I love it. Orange cats. Listen, guys, if you don't know about orange cats, like those are the coolest cats you can get. Those are the coolest cats you can get. But yeah, that's what's going on for me right now. So,
okay, I
want to focus on you for a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
obviously, how have you been? Because I know, like, the thing about it is, like, we as a group, like, we understand that we're all very busy. We all have our own different things that we have to do, and like everyone's like, but we always make sure that like we reach out every once in a while to say how everyone's doing. For sure. Obviously, but how are you honestly doing right now?
How is Micah doing?
How is Micah John doing?
Man,
how's MJ?
There you go.
How's MJ?
I couldn't be happier, man. I mean, I feel like life is life, and I have a great job.
Yeah.
Obviously, which I I get paid more there than I did at Monroe, which is a blessing. Not saying
blessed
and Monroe,
is
all
blessed.
Monroe has always have a lot place my heart. I love when y'all are amazing. But my
Champs.
job now is Change Tyranny is definitely good for me. It's giving me more time. So yeah, better job. I'm off weekends now. I get off at 3:00 every day.
Oh, that's nice.
That's beautiful.
That is nice.
So that's great. So yeah, man, great job. I mean, well, first of all, God is amazing. So that's one. Two, family's all intact, still good. Obviously, my job's good. Got my friends with me. Whatever. What else, man? What else? I mean,
man, listen. Let me just say right here because like Micah, Micah for like he always say for his beard, amazing. He's for the longest time. I promise. He's always been saying like it's gonna. When back when we used to work at the park, at Rydtown Park, he was like, "The beard's coming," and look at it now. Look at it.
It's here.
That is
alive and well.
That is a beautiful beard.
Took too long.
That is a beautiful beard, and it connects.
It's coming.
It connects.
Slowly but surely.
I consider it connect. That looks like a connect to me. It's a,
oh, bro.
It's you gotta give it up to him. You gotta give it up to him.
But yo, yeah, man, it's been great, man. That's why I'm serving at a youth group, Saints Church in Misfit, well, in Queens at Misfit, whatever.
Yeah.
It's called Misfit. The youth group's called Misfit. Been there for a couple of years, man. Played drums there for a little bit, and then God just kept growing me. And now, man, I'm in the fray. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be one of the main people there, man, and trying to help the youth grow, help us all grow.
Feels good, yeah.
It feels good. Just to have that extra outlet, just to enjoy things and enjoy life.
Different perspective compared to what you're used to.
Yeah, man. So I do a lot here for my home church, and I also do things there. So I get the balance of growing here a lot too in different ways and growing there. So it's been great, man. So life is beautiful. Girlfriend. Obviously, I met her at Saints Church as well. Shout out to Bianca, my baby.
Shout out to Bianca.
Love her very much, and yeah, it's just great, bro. Her family's amazing to me. My family's great. It's just
I'm glad to hear that. Listen.
I mean, life, and I'm in therapy. I know you know I'm in therapy.
No, you didn't tell me that actually.
Yeah, I've been in therapy since July or June of 2023.
You just you wanted to start, or you felt like that you needed to
talk
about
some
things?
It happened because me and Bianca, she don't mind I share this either, but I dealt with a lot of different like heartbreaks in the past, and I was bringing that to her this, and God was like, like you keep doing this, it's a wrap. What do you mean, yo? Like this is your last. It was things I kept overthinking about things, anxiety, overthinking about her, us. And God was like, yo, like if this is the last straw. We had a little argument, you know what I'm saying, that could have,
of course,
maybe ended stuff potentially,
Arguments are good, guys. Arguments are good.
They are good. They're very good. And honestly, so little story time, May of 2023, I was away with a team, baseball game with a team.
Yeah.
And then me and her weren't doing like that great. Because of my fault, my overthinking, based off past trauma that you don't know you're healed is more than just saying it. You gotta really know you're healed.
Because listen, lying to yourself is a terrible thing.
And you don't know
if you lie to yourself, like if you're not honest with yourself about a lot of things, like it really starts to affect you.
It does, bro.
Once you're honest with yourself, then you can start healing at that point.
Yeah, man. And I think you don't know if you're healed or not until you're actually in a similar thing where you have to actually apply what you're saying you are
towards something new. Now you have to because you realize like every relationship is always going to be different.
It's different.
If you start taking if you start taking your past and put it in your present, it'll start affecting your future, and then at that point in time, it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, I remember it very vaguely, bro. It was
I'm glad to hear that though. Like the fact that it takes a lot for someone to like just go to therapy sometimes. Like if you feel like you need therapy, like please go. Like
bro.
People don't understand. It just feels good. Like people think like, oh, like no, I don't need a therapist. Like the therapist is there not to tell you what's right or wrong. They're there to help you understand what yourself you want. More. They want like they're just a stepping stone to basically what you want to understand or about yourself at that point. Like if you feel like that you need help, they want to help you help yourself. That's all what therapy is. Like I don't want people thinking like it's like the therapist is like gonna tell them what to do. It's like no, it's all about you taking that step and going to the next one. So I'm proud of you, man. I really appreciate that. That you thank you for sharing that.
It happened because I was in the hotel room by myself, and again we weren't doing that great, me and her. I just my fault. I will always say, yo, I'm bugged out, whatever.
And so hard. It was you were alone. You were just alone.
I was alone. I was praying in the hotel room, and God was like, this is it, bro. This is your last straw. Like, if you want to continue to enjoy the blessing that is her, for where you are right now in your life, something has to change. Like, it can't happen. And I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. He's like, no, like, he's like, I felt it so clear. He's like, yo, like, this is it. It's your last straw. Like, no, it's it, bro. And because it was a recurring thing for years that I just trauma. And nothing crazy big, but like small things, bro, add up. And
They add up.
If
They
you don't
do.
deal with the
They
small
do.
things, man, it's over. So I remember that moment, and then soon after, I grew from that as well. But I was like, yo, I gotta be more accountable to myself.
Yo, and listen, shout out to Bianca too for being honest with you about a lot of things
Yeah,
and sticking
she
and sticking with
she
that.
was so dope, and
It's
one
hard. It's
thing-
hard to stick with somebody when when they're like they're not in the best position
Yeah,
in their
bro.
life.
one thing
That's love. That's love right there.
One thing I remember, I was in the car with her, bro, and this is so I got back from the trip. We had to talk about it, and we were both in the same way, going to meet. I need to grow. I gotta get better for myself, and also to help us grow. And she said to me, Micah, she said, Micah, I believe in you. No, I asked her, like, do you believe I can grow? She said, Micah, I believe in you. Like, I don't doubt that. And from that's all I need to hear. I need her to believe in me that I could do it and grow. And so then soon after I went to therapy, and it's a Christian therapist that I went to, and since then, man, I think, bro, like by far, that's changed my life, bro. Therapy has changed my life to where my whole thought patterns of how I think, how I view things, has changed like so crazy, bro. And like, man, bro, I'm just happy, man. I did that, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was a little awkward at first, but yo, like,
Yeah.
bro,
Because you don't know the person.
yeah,
You don't know them all.
bro. And like my therapist, Sherry, she's amazing. She's brought me through some tough thoughts, some tough moments, and all of it, man. It wasn't even that bad, but just like, again, like the small little things you just let just get bigger over the years. Like, it started off this small, now it's this because you didn't address it. So now I'm addressing things, and I'm proud to say that I'm definitely by far the most healthiest person I've ever been.
Mentally,
yeah, bro. It's like crazy, and just a matter of just taking it seriously, taking myself seriously for myself, so I can effectively enjoy things that are around me, because I can't enjoy it if I'm not my best self. So
Exactly.
yeah, man, therapy has changed my life, and shout out to a great girlfriend who supports me and who loves me, man. And yeah, so life is great, but life is great, man.
Bro,
I'm happy to be. This is a
so
lot of
glad to hear
investments.
that.
It's fun, man. It's tough. Editing videos is a whole different journey in itself, but just as you can tell, I didn't edit the video
Hobbies are
the right way the first time. That's hilarious. I thought it was out. There. That was out. Oh, I didn't even go through it.
That's a side conversation.
But yeah, bro. So yeah, man. Thank you for asking that, man. Definitely
Of course,
been feeling great. So, where do you think you are at, like, spiritually? I don't know. I'm not totally sure, like, how you kind of grew up.
Well, I grew up Catholic first.
Yeah, and I don't always ask I don't think I asked Ryder and Leslie this, only because they went pretty long and I kind of forgot. I don't know.
you guys talking about pimping and stuff.
It was hilarious, bro.
It was like talking about like moving products and everything. I was like, this is good. This is good information.
So like, just like, where are you at? Because I know we've talked about things like that before in the past. You know, so like, if you want to share, how do you feel about, I don't know, Jesus, God, and kind of where are you kind of at with your belief system?
It's actually really funny. Sorry to cut you off there for a second. So basically, like, my friend literally just texted me because like he's getting into like the Christian faith. He's not a Christian or anything, but he's like he's starting to like divulge into it and stuff like that. And he was asking me about like my opinion on the Old Testament for the most part. So just to give a little background for me. So I grew up Catholic and I went to church like every Sunday. Like I went to Catholic school, for goodness sake. I went to Catholic school during middle and high school. I went to Park Ave. So Park Ave, man. Shout out to Park Avenue. All my Park Avenue owls. Good times. But no, faithfully, I've I go to church I try to go to church on Sundays as much as possible. Sometimes my schedule doesn't allow for it, obviously, but I try to make sure that I go during the major holidays as well. But I do try to go Sundays. I found a couple of churches not too far away from me now that I moved that I want to go to, that if I do need to go to, I will. But spiritually and just like faithfully, like I've always had a relationship with God, obviously, in my opinion. Like I pray every day.
Yeah, very good. Yeah,
I make sure, and I anyone ever asks me any questions, like I don't I don't get, people have to like, I'm not too into it when I say like these, like, not to say like it's hard to really give like my stance on things. It's mostly like I'm very low key about it. Like I'm not like gonna like, and not to say there's anything bad about being low key or like high key about it, but it's just more of like, that's just how I've always been. Like no one like really like, I'm pretty like, if anyone actually like, if anyone like knows me out there, I'm like I'm very hyperactive, but like you don't really know what I'm thinking unless you ask me about it. Like, just like right now, like he's asking me about it. It's like, yeah, like, I'll give you an answer, but I'm not gonna really like like get into like all my opinions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always had a strong relationship with God, and it's helped me a lot because I've been through a lot of different things, like just mentally, and like
for sure.
it helps me a lot to just like pray sometimes, because it's just I just always thought like growing up like that, and like not to say like people either like sometimes people lose their religion or gain their religion as they're growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like just like having it in like the back of my mind or just like present in my life at some point. Like I always just feel like that just helps me like be at peace with a lot of things. Like so, yeah, that's where I'm at right now for the most part about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like that's most people's similar view of it. I think keyword that you said to me was like peace.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge thing. I think people, I mean, a lot of my things are, peace is the real bag, bro. The real bag in life is peace.
Like, it is. It really is.
Above all else, above the cameras, the lights, the anything, the games, whatever it is, like whatever you think you love, like peace is always.
Peace is the end game.
Peace is the end game. Because other than that, man, you can't buy peace. Peace, you gotta something. Peace is something you gotta earn too.
Listen, it's like
peace can be earned.
Because like I mean like yeah, because like you could be a busy person, but you could still be at peace with yourself. Like it does.
Very true.
Like you could literally be up from 6 a.m. and then go to bed at like 2 a.m. and like start off the next day again, and you could be tired, but like it's like you're just like I like this. I'm at peace with how I'm like my day is going and stuff like that. Yeah. Not even just like being in a rut, but it's just like you like your routine, like you're like and like that's what I feel like when it comes to like just like well like I need like I feel like I need like to have faith in my routine no matter what. Like I feel like that I really couldn't live my life if because I always feel like like whenever someone asks me it's like, oh, do you believe in a higher power? I'm like, yes, I do. Obviously, I think. Well, not obviously because I know some people don't, but it's just more of like I try to like because I try to be humble as much as possible. I feel like I find myself tripping, but I try not to like take myself too seriously. I try to like unless they can obviously people get carried away, and I get carried away a lot, but like I try to like I don't try to take myself too seriously where it's like to the point where it's like, all right, like I'm just me. I was created by this higher power, and this higher power, God, just wants me to enjoy life and enjoy the way he made it, and like the earth that I live on and everything like that, my friends and everything. Wants you to enjoy it and then experience it. It's an experience at the end of the day.
Yeah. So what do you? So I think with kind of that being said, what do you feel about the state of the world right now, and just in general? Like give me one word. What's one word that you can describe the world, Earth right now as it is present?
Confused.
That's a good one.
Confused.
Yeah,
because that's how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm confused about it. I don't know anything at this point. Like, obviously, a lot of things. There's a lot of like if anyone's on Instagram, everyone knows there's a lot of stuff going on right now in different parts of the world. Obviously, we're not going to get too far deep into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's another topic,
whole
different thing on top.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so much information out there where it's like like. There are things where it's like someone would tell me it's like, oh, like this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, but this is also going on, this, and it's just like what's happened?
Yeah,
like if like I would love for people to just like take a step back and just like what like is it our fault? And yeah, it is our fault. I mean, not us as in humans, because like obviously like, but yeah, I just wish that like we just like really like thought about like how things are going, because obviously like there's a lot of stuff going on right now, like the stuff with the whole like Palestine thing. That's something that's like been happening a lot, and I see a lot of people posting about it, and it's tough just seeing all these like things happening out there, and it's just like it's like it just makes me feel like why did we ever let it get like this? Why are we like doing this to so many different people around the world? And it's not even there. It's different parts of the world that's just going through a lot of stuff. I just wish that, like, it's hard to explain, which is why I'm confused about it. I just like wish like what like there's like I feel like if we like people just talked a little bit more, like people we can get through these tough times, but people are stubborn about a lot of things, and can't help how people present themselves.
Yeah. That was a very like what's the word? A very accurate word. Like I mean, it's true. The world is confused.
Mm.
The world's very confused, and I feel like, I mean, from my opinion, I feel like it's because of the lack of surrender to the all-knowing God. You know, I think that's where it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why for me, how I live my life, I feel I try to not be confused by giving it to God.
Okay.
Because I can't who am I to even think about this man God, he made everything. He knows how am I not gonna doesn't mean I don't have questions. Questions are good to have in the sense that it leads you to me. It will lead me deeper into God. Yeah, man. I think in the past I was a very confused individual. I think even though it may seem like, oh my God, whatever, but not like I had thoughts, I had anxiety, or I overthought a lot. But the moment I took surrendering myself to God seriously, even when I was last year, I mean, I can say, oh yeah, I was Christian, I love God, but did I really live that? Like saying, God, I trust you. Saying is one thing. Living out trusting God is two different things. And I found myself being confused because I didn't surrender my thoughts, my feelings, and me even more to God. So I think, I think the world's confused. I agree with you. And I think a lot of it is based off a lack of surrender to the God who is all knowing, who knows it all. And if John could surrender more every day to God, if Micah could do his best to grow every day, if Micah can, because I don't want to say we or people, it's all of us. We all got to grow. And we're all different people. I fall short every day. And if I can do a better job of surrendering to the God who knows, my God, Jesus, who knows everything, and give it to him, then I can do my job to help others feel less confused. And that's what I feel about the confusion.
I see I definitely see where you're coming from, because I feel like it's like, it has to do with people being humble about things. It's like, why are we letting things get to a certain situation where it's like, who are we listening to at that point? Like who's controlling the narrative about who's the person that we are listening to? Because obviously people need to be led. A lot of people need to be led, you think. But who's doing the leading? That's what you have to really think about. Like, is it Moses? It's not Moses. Moses, Moses led, everyone through the Israel and everything like that.
The Red Sea, everything.
The Red Sea. It's a lot of different things. It's like when you look at someone who's just, is it that's one of the lead that's what we, because we focus on the leaders. We need people. People need to be led. We need people to rely on to lead other people.
Yeah.
And if those they have a lot of responsibilities, and if they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're thinking about themselves rather than the people that they're supposed to be leading, it's not going to be coming out very good.
So, bro, funny, I preached this Sunday at my church, and my topic was Simon Says. The topic was that, which is very weird, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was a scripture in Ezekiel. So beings in the Bible or angels, right? They're not very pretty. People think they're these pretty things, and they're really
biblically accurate angel.
They're described as 3 heads and different things. And so these beings,
the 15 eyes.
Bro,
I've seen that.
And that's how Ezekiel described the angel that he saw in the Bible. And so I preached on that. I'm like, God, this is weird. So I preached on it, and then in the scripture, the angels had wheels on them, right? And the scripture says that whenever the beings moved, angels moved, the wheels moved. When the beings stopped, the wheels stopped, and the beings flew, the wheels flew up. So I preached Simon Says because I'm like, well, that's what it is. It's like whatever the beings did, which was infused with the Holy Spirit and God, the wheels followed. I'm like, I asked us, the church, I'm like, are we being good wheels? Are we actually doing what God is saying to do? Are we following God? And again, no one's gonna get it right every day. That's not. I'm saying, but are we doing? No one's perfect, but are we gonna do at least our best to follow God? And that's what it's like. Who's leading? Who's leading you? Is it yourself? Because sometimes Micah makes himself his own being, and it's not God. And I gotta make sure I'm doing that better.
There are those little times during the day where it's like you were like. Not the fact because I believe during every day there are times that make or break your character.
For sure.
I believe what you do in that specific situation. It's not like some crazy situation obviously, but it's will you hold the door open for somebody?
Yeah.
Will you be polite to somebody?
Small things, you like that, yeah.
The small little things that you can do, just like showing gratitude to somebody if someone does something for you. You know, calling someone that you haven't spoken to in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about them is like, I should call them, but you don't. Think about that. Those kind of things. It's like, those are the little things where it's like, these things pop up in your head. It's like, these are things that you, if you feel like that you should follow through with, go through with it. It's like, don't turn away those things. It's like, because I feel like that every day is important. Every day is important.
Every day.
It may not seem like it is. Other days are a little bit more. Other days are a little more canon than others. If we're gonna put that into perspective.
Anime terms.
We're gonna put like into like canon terms. It's like, oh yeah, this is
not canon. This is
the source material right here. It's like
side quests.
Side quests. Little no filler or anything like that. But like like there are things that'll help you throughout your day, just like building like who you are as a person. And like those little things matter. It's just like like I haven't spoken like it was like I haven't spoken to like my mom, my sister, my brother, or my father in a while. It's like maybe I should call them, see how they're doing. Maybe it might not work out because they didn't answer the phone, or maybe it didn't end with it being a very good phone call. But it's like those little things you never know. You actually never know.
We have no clue what's going to happen.
Sometimes people just want to be called and talked to, like anytime when Micah hit me up and was like, "Oh, we want to," I'm like, "Yeah, I want to do it." Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I always tell people, it was like, if you want to find Brendan, like, just text or call Brendan. Brendan, I'm a very unfortunately I'm a very busy guy. I am unfortunately a very busy guy in a lot of different things. But like when anyone ever says like, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing this next week. Do you want to come?" Even if it's like he's like, "Oh, I have to shovel snow for 4 hours. I need help. Can you come?" I'm like, yeah, I'll come and shovel snow.
Yeah.
Those little things that happen, like whenever I get to see someone that I haven't seen in a while, even if it's for 2 hours, we don't have to be doing something fun. We could just be talking. Those are the things. Those are the days that I really appreciate in life. Anytime I get to see a friend and just like chop it up with them and just like say, "Hey, what's up? How you been?"
Oh, you good?
Those are the little things that I really just like. Those are the things I really appreciate about those.
Yes. So, bro, I was gonna say, so, what are your goals for this year? Kind of to end to round off the episode. What is your goals?
So my goals for this year, for the most part, is obviously, being being multiple fights. I want to at least be in 4 fights throughout this year. Hopefully get a W in one of them. That's the main goal for this year. I always said last year was my. I did a lot last year, which was mostly traveling. This year, I also plan to do a lot of traveling, but mainly I'm going to focus on fighting a lot. I've been going a lot more, so I want to be able to be in at least 4 fights this year and get a win. Other things that include that are take a deeper dive and just like what I want, because like I don't really focus on the future that much. I'm more of like a present kind of person. Like I'm not really looking towards like the future or anything like that. Like fine. Like, do I want to get into a relationship or anything like that? Like, that's something that I think about, because I'm very like off on that. Like, I'm mostly focusing on my goals. Just like, I want to take a deeper dive into my my brain and be like, well, what do you honestly want? Like, do you want to start, dating again? Do you want to start finding somebody? That's something that I want to be like, I don't know, probably not, but like. At the end of the day,
I think it just comes,
It does just come, but like I feel like that you have to be looking for it, and right now, like my mentality is that I'm not looking for it at all. That's the thing about it. Like I'm just on my own track, just pushing forward, and I
fully encourage that. I think dating and singleness, they're both equally they're both a gift.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think take advantage of anyone wherever you're at. If you're dating someone, do that. Be all in on that. If you're single, I think they're both equally as gifting to your life, and they both provide many blessings.
That is true. That is true. I do think, because like
I agree.
Yeah, not to say like being in a relationship and being single have both their
pros and cons.
Pros and cons, obviously. But right now, I feel like that if I did do that, like I wouldn't be able to focus on fighting, and I've been like,
that's your main focus.
I've been putting a lot of money into fighting, guys. I don't think you understand how expensive this is. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money,
man, bro.
Unfortunately, but like I'm doing it. That's why, like, it's worth it. This is what I say. Like I may not have much to save up, but I'm doing something that I really love, and that money's worth it. At the end of the day, I can make that money back. 100%. I can make that money back as long as I just don't go outside for a couple of months and just stay.
Just do your
just
thing.
chill.
Eat at home, cook at home.
Eat at home, cook at home. Don't go outside.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But yeah, other than that, like I'm also good because right now, like in my 20s, I'm doing a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But like
It's
this
good.
year, I'm going on a couple of trips. I'm going to Toronto.
Nice.
I'm going on a cruise for the first time in my life. That's gonna be fun. Hopefully, I'm going with a bunch of friends, and I'm probably gonna round it out with going to. I don't know. I want to go to Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
again. I went to Hawaii one time, but I really want to go again, and I really
Yeah.
think that would be a lot of fun. So traveling is another big thing because I'm not much of a traveler. Like I literally got my passport
Yeah.
last year
Sheesh.
for the first time just so I could go to Japan.
I don't have mine, so I gotta get mine soon too.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you guys, if you want to go to a foreign country, like you got to get on that
Yeah.
100%. Like, and listen, it was worth it. Like it's like $150, but like it's good for 10 years. And like, and listen, like when I was in Japan, I was just like, yeah, this was definitely worth it. You know, I'm telling
Yeah, it's easy,
guys,
easy
listen,
worth it.
if you ever had a chance to go to Japan, go to Japan. Like
Yeah,
that's all I gotta
it's
say.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's all I gotta say. Go
one
to
day,
Japan.
one day, there's a moment where I thought, before I met my girlfriend, honestly, I wanted to live there. I'm being dead serious.
No, listen.
I legit looked at prices for apartments, jobs.
I think everyone has been like, could I live in another country,
and
especially
people
Japan?
I saw people who there who like speak English. No one there, not everyone speaks Japanese. You know, there people who are like me, like you, just speak English.
In Tokyo, and I will
been
say in Tokyo, like there are people like I didn't have much of a problem speaking English in Tokyo, even though I wanted to try my Japanese a little bit. But mostly, like when I was in Tokyo, it was pretty easy to communicate with people for the most part.
Yeah. So, bro, anything you have for me to ask?
I wanted to touch a couple bases because I was like,
let me know.
How do you feel about not just like life in general, but what do you think your calling is? I know, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I know that you have a lot of things, with your church and everything like that. But like, do you think about the future a lot, or do you,
Yeah, I do.
do you mostly just like focus on just like when the next day comes, I'll focus on it then, kind of thing.
Yeah. So prior to therapy, I was very futuristic thinking.
Yeah, which is
I think to a fault for someone like me. I'm a big overthinker. Not now, but like back then.
Yeah. It's
So
okay to set goals, guys. It's okay to set goals,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
once you get like too deep into it, it doesn't really fare well for you, because if it doesn't work out for you, then it starts to really affect you at that point.
Yeah, man. So I think I'm more present than ever, which is why I'm able to be as purposeful as ever, and that's my thing. So my calling, man. My calling is what I'm doing right now, and I think that will continue to grow in time. I mean, I definitely think I'm called to be, leading people in ministry in the church, for sure. That's something that I know God's called me. Being a pastor is a different. I mean, it's still leading, but I don't think I want. I don't want. That's something I don't want to do at all. I don't want to be a pastor of a church. I don't want that. So
That's fair.
hoping God doesn't give me at all. Hopefully, but yeah, man, lead people, lead the youth. You know what I'm saying, in whatever way I can, and honestly, just be accountable. That's been
the toughest thing, I feel like, for a lot of people.
That's been
myself included.
Yeah, but that's been my mantra, my saying, my calling, the past since July is, am I being accountable? Because in the past, I was not accountable towards my feelings and towards others around me. And this is why I need to be with therapy and know that, So, but I think, being accountable that's what I'm called to right now. And I think that will spread, that word is widespread around everything, whether it's work, family, obviously God, friends, girlfriend, this, like, am I being accountable? If I can say that for everything I'm doing, that's it. I don't care about anything else besides that.
So, like, in like terms of like your future, like, do you find yourself staying here, or do you find yourself going somewhere else?
Oh, I mean, like New York, or just
New York in general, like, yeah.
Yeah, probably New York.
You probably stay here for the most part.
I love New York.
Because you were from Connecticut, right?
No, I was there till 3 years old. I've been here since I was 3 in the same.
Oh yeah, because you went to a Corpus Christi, right?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so I've been here since I was 3 years old in good old Port Chester, New York.
Good old shout out Port Chester, New York.
Shout out to Port Chester, New York.
I always tell people.
Stand up.
I always tell people this. Like, growing up in Port Chester is like, listen, we're allowed to say, like, I hate Port Chester. We say that a lot.
Yeah,
we say that a lot. But listen,
it's all love.
At the end of the day, like, growing up in a place like Port Chester is absolutely, like, I consider it a gift. I honestly do.
Bro, I love it.
if no one is familiar with what Portchester is like usually when there's a neighborhood, like there's not that much, there's not that much diversity. Like either it's like one group of people or another group of people, and there's not much. In Portchester, you literally have like every single type of person here. That's the crazy thing about it. Working class, you got rich people who live here. You got big houses, small houses, apartments.
Yeah.
You have a lot of listen, it's so crazy. It's like that's the thing about it. And like you go to school with just too many different types of people, where it's like you learn to appreciate other people and other people's cultures at the end of the day. Like, well, if you lived in another place, you probably wouldn't experience that. But like growing up here, like it's just like it helps you just like appreciate other people, which I feel like is like, which is tough. Like, which is why like everywhere else in America, which is like what I feel like people go out and they don't understand like how to appreciate other people's way of living and stuff like that. Like being in Portchester has just like just such a great place that like you just like see it because you get to like you talk to people. Like we have so many different friends. Like, our friend group is like absolutely insane, absolutely insane. Like you like every single walk of life you'll see in Portchester, and like there's just like friends on friends on friends. Just like everyone like is just like cool with each other. Like that's all I gotta say about Portchester. Shout out Portchester.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, I mean, I think yeah, man, calling, bro. Just keep following God, man. Keep following God. Be of influence to people whenever I can, and walk in the gifts of my speaking and of music and of this. I think this is a gift in some ways. And just walking in what God has given me to do in my gifts is my calling, and doing that, being accountable to that, is what it is.
And a couple more things I want to talk to you about. Obviously, are you caught up on One Piece?
No. So look, bro. Look. So when I so don't. Bro. So think about it. When I watched it originally, I caught up to it in 2018, 19 around there. Right?
Yeah, I remember.
Doflamingo.
The Dressrosa.
Yeah. So that I finished that and it was over. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch all the anime. That was bad idea. Cause I got locked in. I got locked in on Naruto. Finished that. Then I freaking finished. I watched Hunter x Hunter. Then I watched Cowboy Bebop. Then I watched
JJK?
Yeah.
Ooh, guys.
JJK.
You don't watch JJK, guys.
Tied it on my leg. I got Demon Slayer.
Oh, yeah. The tattoos
Nezuko,
and everything?
Yeah, bro. I got Nezuko. Actually, no. But, I've watched so many now. It's way more. But I was probably 20. But, like, so I kind of I lost. Now I know what's happening. I know the whole.
That's the thing.
like you can't not know. Like you can't know what's happening.
It's like wait. I do have a question about it. Like, if you're very like chronically like on like online for like anime wise, like do you know like obviously you know about like Gear 5. Do you know about like other? Do you know about other things like not One Piece related? Like do you know about like Nah I'd Win? Do you know about Nah I'd Win? Do you know about that?
No, what is it?
Wow. Okay,
anime?
never mind.
It's an anime?
No, listen. It's from an anime manga, but like I'm not gonna mention it because it's like a big spoiler. So don't.
Okay.
Do not get involved in it. I'm not gonna say which anime, but Nah I'd Win. I've seen that everywhere. It's not One Piece. I will say that.
Yeah.
But
Naruto? No.
I'm not. Do you really want to know what anime it is?
Do I know it?
You know it. I'm not.
Nah,
if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you.
Wait. So is it like a saying that someone says in the show?
It's what it is. It's a quote. It's a quote in the manga. The manga chapter came out like not too long ago, and this person says it, and it became like one of the biggest memes on like Twitter, Instagram,
let me think about
TikTok. It's everywhere.
Wait. Is it a shonen?
Yes, I'll tell you.
No,
unless you want to guess.
I want to guess. I want to guess.
It's so funny, guys. Like
it's not Dragon Ball Z.
It's not Dragon Ball Z.
Not Naruto. I haven't seen Bleach at all, so it can't be that.
Don't watch Bleach, guys. Don't watch Bleach. No, I'm just kidding.
So it's not anime. It was in the manga.
It's in the manga. It's in the manga. It has not been anime yet.
Hunter.
It's not Hunter x Hunter.
I know it well.
Remember what I said, guys. It came out not too long ago.
Nah, I'd win. Shonen.
It's a shonen. It's crazy.
Not Demon Slayer.
No, it's not Demon Slayer ended. Demon Slayer ended.
No, but the anime's not ended though.
Manga.
Yeah, manga.
So the manga cap not too long ago.
So what show is it?
It's JJK.
Nah, I'd win. Oh, I think I saw it before.
You know, because listen, I'm not gonna spoil him on what's happening.
I don't know who it is, but I think I've heard that.
Have you been spoiled on JJK at all?
No, I was kind of confused by season 2.
No. I'm talking about manga wise.
No, I don't.
I
I
have
read this on
guys.
I haven't read it on
No, listen, guys. I don't read the JJK manga, but I know everything that's happening. I know everything that's happening right now. Everything. It's insane.
Oh, is it between Gojo and Sukuna probably? Yeah, I forget something like that.
Obviously, it is. Like that's it. Listen, the funny thing. No, the funny thing is the reason why it's a meme is because like, literally, like someone asked Gojo. It's like, I was like, oh, if you guys fought, would you lose? And like the original translation was no, and people were really annoyed about it. So like they just kept complaining about it online, and then a week later, Viz updated the scans for it, and it changed it to nah, I'd win. And ever since the fact that Micah hasn't seen Nah, I'd win, and he's like on anime like anything, it's crazy to me because that's
first of all on Twitter.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. Yeah.
I've been on Twitter since like 2019, 2018.
You gotta get on Twitter, dude.
Bro, I can't. Bro.
Not gonna lie,
it's toxic, bro. I can't.
It is toxic, but it's one of the funniest things that I've ever seen in my life.
But bro, yeah, like I mean, obviously One Piece is the GOAT.
One Piece is the GOAT, guys.
I don't think it's even. It's close because Naruto is just that good, and you gotta give it. It's like close to me.
Yo, if you're reading Boruto right. Here's the thing about AOT, guys.
Yo, son.
Here's the thing about AOT. The thing
so
about
ridiculously good. It's like to me. It's top three. It's in my top three. Easy.
That's fair.
Should be one. No, it's not one because I think One Piece and Naruto are they're just too grand and too.
Anime wise or manga wise?
Anime. Okay. They're just too grand. They're just too like you can't like even DBZ like
no.
DBZ I don't have in my top because like you can't even compare like what they did for anime is like it's so like other universe you can't even like compare them.
That's true. That is very true.
DBZ's not as good of a show as those are, but like impact wise, it's not even close. But like AOT, bro, like I thought I saw season 4, bro, and finished it.
Did you finish? You finished everything? How'd you feel about the ending?
I think it could have ended any better. I mean, how you like how you end it? Like for like
it's better than the way Bleach ended. Are you kidding me? This is why people don't watch it.
Bro, like you can't like. It could have went bad, and they ended it in a good way enough to where it wasn't bad or great. It was a nice ending.
The one thing that really annoyed me about AOT was the plot twists for where he goes to his dad and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Beautiful.
That
was season 4.
I was like, whoa, wait.
The flashbacks?
That wasn't season 4. That was the final season part 2. The final season part 2. There is no such thing as season 4.
Yeah, it's all
final season part 1, the final season part 2, the final season part 3, the final
1?
season part 4.
But so that was when they're going through the whole flashback. He's like, that was
I'm like,
so beautiful.
First of all, listen,
so good.
I appreciate the plot twist, but for those of you who watch anime, like obviously anime doesn't make sense. That made no sense.
But bro, look, this is my hot take. Ready?
Come here.
This is my hot take, and don't come for me in the chats or anything, bro.
W's in the chat.
This is my hot take, and stop me if I'm wrong, because it's probably wrong. But now I'm not totally sold on this, but I'm just giving it. I'm putting it in.
This is scary.
I think Eren is the greatest anime character ever.
I should have stopped you, man. That's insane to say. The greatest anime character ever?
Was it that? Somebody said to my brother that maybe it wasn't that. I have to think about what it was.
Like protagonist wise or antagonist wise? He's
was
both.
Was it? I think I said that. I forgot.
But what about him is so great? What about him is so great?
I just think I don't think maybe it wasn't that. I'm thinking what I said to my brother. Cause maybe hold on. Cut this away. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was. I said something else about him. He was something I said to my brother. Wait, let me call him right now. Wait, hold up.
We're about to find out right now. I'm actually very curious about this.
FaceTime Adam.
The greatest anime character ever. He's put that's
Is that what I said? I forgot what I said.
That's a lot, man. Like there's a lot of anime out there. If I find out it's that.
This is not being cut off. This is all
over.
live.
It's
Answer the phone.
It's
bro.
over, guys.
You're so wild. Hello. Question real quick for you. I'm with Brendan. I'm on the pod.
What's up?
This is all.
We're
all
live
right now. It's all live.
We're live.
What did I tell you about Eren and AOT? Like, what did I say? Did I say his greatest anime character ever? Was that what I said? I forgot what I said. Was it that? Yeah, was it? I forgot what was it that I said to you, or was it something different?